like what people are searching, and the main concept of giving people what they are already looking for is easier as compared to just trying to sell them something that they do not want. Each and every marketer, performance marketer has their own strategy. Just doing that small personalization and giving Meta more data so that it can play with. So understanding what is the native behavior of people on that platform is very crucial.
Hello, all, and welcome to another episode of Just Send It to Marketing, a podcast where we analyze a brand, a story, a campaign, or an advert, but most of all things marketing. And for today, we have Mr. Kiran Marathe as our guest with us. He's a performance marketer and the founder of Advest agency. It specializes in digital marketing and performance marketing at its core. Let's just say ads. So let's start with it. Kiran, just wanted to know your journey towards marketing because I saw your LinkedIn and it says that you are an engineer turned marketer, if I'm not wrong. So just wanted to know the journey towards ads.
So basically, coming to the engineer turned marketer, I have done my civil engineering, but I was always wanting to do something else, and I found it too boring. So then I decided, let me try something called digital marketing, which was very popping up, which was trending then. But it was like, oh, when I didn't know anything about it. I hadn't done any course or any professional studies in it. What I did when I was in college was I was working for restaurants to increase their reviews and stuff, and that was just like a very small kind of gig. It's managing food bloggers, reputation management for the restaurants on a food app, which had reviews, and people used to go to restaurants seeing those reviews. While in college, I used to do that, and later on, that from there, I realized there is something called digital marketing, where a business actually make profits because of their online presence and how they're seen online, and it can change how a business works. So then I gave myself a year after I graduated, worked in an agency, learned everything like small stuff of SEO, SEM, social media marketing, understood basically that how everything works. And then paid ad was something that I really liked. And then I went into Meta, Google, exploring more into that. And yeah, that's how it started.
Awesome. So it happened by mistake, I guess, by
Yeah,
chance.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And it's going well by the looks of it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Not
It's
looking back to
yeah,
the engineer.
Nice. So, Kiran would just want to ask about your clients. So, how are the clients here? What are the clients' expectations? How do they have something in mind when they come to you, or do you just tell them? Because every client is subjective and their need is different. So, how do you know that this particular business needs performance marketing? And what is the stage when you decide that okay, now it's the time for them to step into ads?
what I realized when I was working with agencies is you work with different kind of businesses. There's a salon, there's a gym, there's a doctor, there's some online store as well. So the best thing I liked about when I was just getting into digital marketing is you get to know a business inside out, and you actually understand how it makes money, and you understand a whole different perspective of the whole entire business. And every business needs different things. So when I started my interest in performance marketing, ads, looking at ads, it's the main objective. Like what a business actually wants is the first step. If if there's awareness, if there's leads, if there's direct sales, or are there just like walk-ins that are necessary for that business. So first, understanding the need of that business, how it functions, is very crucial even before going into what to do in terms of ads or something else for that brand. So yeah, to answer your question in terms of when should a business do the ads, the best part would be like when they have something which is already working. For example, you posted like 10 videos on your organic social, and one of them is working. So you know that it's pre-tested and it's working well. So it is just adding fuel to the fire and just amplifying that particular creative through more audiences. It'll get you more views, more engagement. But again, ads or performance marketing can be used in different settings. If you just want to test an idea, you can just spend like 5, 10 bucks, see if it's hitting or not. It's like a very quick way to understand, get the data, and see what people are saying about it as well.
Would
Yeah.
you say that could I do that as a trial for a new service instead of getting a service that's already performing, but just to try out something new? Would that work for me?
Yep, 100%. So this is a very interesting way to use ads, and which is not usually done, is testing something out even before just like going full fledged in your landing pages or your website of adding all the details about the service, getting testimonials. Uh, Once you've defined your service, like these are the categories of people or my target audience, you can just create a simple static ad which would just call out your target customers as, hey, this particular business owners, would you be interested in this? And you will make like three different variations, same kind of creative, just the text is in different, and you will put it out on Meta ads, Google ads. Meta is a good way because it's not targeted, it can go broad, still get you good results. Google would be more of like in keywords, so you're going specific anyways. So just to test the service, you can understand like which service is getting you good results. Good results, as in this case, would be clients. Like, for example, if you are setting up a lead form ad on Meta, you're getting 10 responses on a particular service. You know that, okay, this service is in demand as compared to the other one. So you would put in your all your effort into the first service rather than the second one and splitting your focus.
When someone is setting an ad, for example, for let's say a service business again, because it's easy for me to say about that. So how important is to have a well defined and a strong audience to use that?
In terms of when you're starting with any kind of ads, there should be some kind of hypothesis of what the target audience is, or not even if the target audience, what pain the service is solving. Once we know that pain, though the service can be put as a solution for the pain your product or service is solving. And then right now, earlier it was very different. So I have experienced the stage where Meta was very much technical, and you had to do a lot of button pushing here and there, like interest targeting, a lot of different strategies. And each and every marketer, performance marketer has their own strategy to make it work. But now it's going more towards the messaging, going towards the more fundamentals, and it has already gone towards the fundamentals of marketing. So if you own and like spend 80% of your time on the creative, on the messaging, on understanding what actually your uh, the problem your service is solving and putting it in the right way, that'll do half the job. So I would suggest like instead of interest targeting or audience targeting, go deeper into the problems or the pains of your customers.
I wanted to know like one of your interesting case studies. Like I'm sure every client is interesting in its own way because it's subjective. But one client that you think that this case study changed the way Advest works, or and this is what started Advest.
There isn't like a particular one, but I would say just like more of there was this brand which was targeting a certain audience. The language was in English. The whole funnel and ad creative, everything was in English. What we did is tried in different languages. We did not do any in particular language targeting in Meta. Just the creative was changed, speaking a different languages, not even the landing page, it was in English, just on the front end to see how it performs. And it reached those particular people, and we got like 4x the ROAS of the usual ROAS. So just doing that small personalization and giving Meta more data so that it can play with is the hack that you would want to give all kind of uh, different kind of creatives, different kind of messaging to Meta, and then it'll target according to what the data it has on them. Earlier when I was like very new in marketing, you're very excited of, I want to test this, I want to do this. There are hundred and thousands of things that you can do. You can do SEO, you can do PR, you can write blogs, you can post on social media. Later on, as I got more experience, I realized like, yeah, it's more of highest impact, low effort. So I always prioritize things which have the highest impact, but have low resources. You have to put low resources for it. I follow the same structure with creatives as well, or testing any kind of stuff, whether it be Google, whether it be Meta, whether it be TikTok or any other platforms. I would first, the research part of it is very crucial. Like, see what are the main things, what are the core things that people are wanting a solution for, or what kind of creatives are already working, what kind of messages and messaging is already working. Once you have that set of foundation of like data, good data, that you know these things are already working, then you can go into testing other stuff. So highest impact, because you already start seeing sales, you already start seeing leads from those stuff. So you're doing smart work over there, prioritizing things which are getting you results. So whether it's marketing for own agency or service or for client, they follow this so that we are focused in terms of results, and we can get it fast.
Kind of interesting that you mentioned TikTok. How's that going? Because it seems to every time I open TikTok now, I'm bombarded by ads. And don't get me wrong, Prachi and I, and the three of us, we know marketing, but I feel like kind of naive client. So I ended up buying pretty much something every now and again from TikTok, probably something that I don't need, and probably something that I'm not going to use. But the ads are so good and it really well targeted for me, for example. So yeah, can you just tell me a little bit more about TikTok ads so maybe I can protect myself?
Yeah, TikTok ads are really like in terms of talking about ads for different platforms. First, like for example, there's a new ad platform out there, and I want to start running ads on it. The first thing I would do is understand how people behave on that particular platform, and what are things like. There are a lot of unwritten rules that you wouldn't do on LinkedIn, but you would do on Instagram. So understanding what is the native behavior of people on that platform is very crucial whenever you're looking at ads. And TikTok got that right from when they launched their ad platform. Is they came out with a headline saying "Make TikTok, don't not ads." So your ads are positions as like an organic content piece, so you wouldn't feel that this is an ad. And as humans, we don't like to be sold to. We want like, okay, something, if something organically is happening, and like, okay, this product came in front of me and organically it's looking like it's going to solve a problem for me, I'm going to buy it, as compared to if someone is selling you a thing. So TikTok has mastered that, where when I'm media buying for TikTok, the kind of creative I make for TikTok as compared to Meta or Google would be very different, because I would follow the basics of, you need a hook, you need an introduction, you need a very strong hook which will grab the attention of the customer. Then how your introduction of your service or the product that you're solving. Then you have the social proofing, and there's a lot of social proof for that product on the platform already. So that trust factor is gone. And TikTok has added TikTok Shop. So it's super, it's everything right from awareness to your decision making right on that platform, and it's very instant. So that TikTok has mastered that, and it's really amazing to make it work for people.
So if I want to start on TikTok, and I've never run ads on TikTok, but if I want to start there, how what would you recommend? So for example, cost wise, how much budget should I put on TikTok? Is that a limit, or I can start with, like I said, $5 and I will get some results from there?
Yes, 100%. So what I would do if you're starting ads for TikTok is, even before ads, I would suggest like put around 9 videos or 6 videos organically on your profile. See out of those six, which one does well. Take that one particular video, put around like $10 per day, $5 per day behind it. Uh, and then in that also test, first I would test broad. Broad is just to all audiences, but then again, age and gender in that. Second, I would go for a very primary, your service related interests in different ad sets. because you've already pre-tested that creative in organic and you have a low budget. So you're only doing the interest targeting over there, like audience testing over there. And once you have an idea of, okay, how that performed, you'll get more insights from it. And the next step is very clear.
Right. I have another question on that because I love the TikTok subject. And so, for example, let's use this podcast as an example. We have the data, so we know which, especially on YouTube, which episode has performed better organically. So, can I use that data and transfer that data and that kind of knowledge into another platform and use that, or should I start from scratch and just see how my 5 or 6 videos perform in their new platform, or can I
Yeah.
use? So yeah. So for example,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put names here. Our Prachi and I did a video about Greg's, which
Yeah.
is a UK fast breakfast bakery, and it's the top performer for us. So is that the video that performed the best so far? It's go crazy, and we're really not expecting that. And so, for example, if I want to try TikTok now, can I use that? So say, okay, I'm going to use Greg's, which is my highest performing, and just say all the videos that perform not so well, and use the information on a different platform. Can I do that, or do you recommend start from no information and start from scratch?
But a really, really good question. And I have found the answer by experimenting on this is like a year back, it would because I was parallelly running ads on Meta and TikTok, 60-40 kind of budget split over there. And usually all the testing would happen on Meta and put the winners on TikTok. That it was working good. But then things started to change. Is not it is not for sure that something that is working on Meta would work really well on TikTok. But if you have got an insight, for example, in our case, we've got Greg's, you know that that topic is working well as compared to all the other topics or the podcast episodes you have. First, take whatever you have that is working, put on TikTok. Also, what I would do if based on the creative, based on the video, I would see if it's TikTok native, if it does have a strong hook or not. If it doesn't have a strong hook, I would add like a stronger hook over there, chop it up a little, make it a little bit shorter, maybe add in fancy music or something that is already trending. So take those insights from native behavior on that platform, and but obviously that data of this topic is working will translate to TikTok as well.
Many people nowadays are doing digital marketing courses. So many of them are stepping into digital marketing as it's the new future. So, what do you think that they should consider? For example, you started performance marketing a few years back. And as you mentioned, there were changes in this journey that has happened with Meta. So, for the people who are aspiring to be into performance marketing, what are like few resources or few things that they should consider before stepping into this industry? Or how does the future look like so that they can prep themselves beforehand?
Obviously, AI is the very big topic that is there, and it's changing things each day. So earlier, I think the main part is what the whole marketing team was doing earlier. One person would be able to do in the near future and is already doing. And I follow the same thing as like a very lean team, but higher output. So we are going towards overall, we are going towards a world where everything is results based, everything is performance based, output based, you would say. So um, if you're getting results out of it, if you're using 10 different tools and getting the same results as someone who's doing it manually, in the end, results matter. So, in terms of just anyone who's coming into marketing as a whole, would suggest like understanding the main concepts, the main traditional, it is not digital marketing or traditional marketing, it is just marketing in general. Because the concepts apply overall, they're just transitioning into different formats, platforms, but the concepts are same. And if you know the formats, if you know the frameworks, if you know the concepts, that can be applied in different settings. If tomorrow there's a new platform, if tomorrow there's something else, that can be applied, and you won't be like very easy to replace. Obviously, someday or something or the other will replace in terms of the implementation of marketing by AI. But if you have a strong conceptual background and understanding of marketing, you can do a lot of things with these tools and get results.
I already always had one question since the time that we have learned branding. Um, Kiran, how is branding and performance marketing connected?
There's always, like, in terms of marketing world, there's always kind of two sides of the coin where people are saying performance marketing works, and the other side is like, no, branding is very important. But as I've grown into a mature marketer, what I've understood is it's just difference of calculating the returns. Branding is where you calculate returns on a higher, like a bigger time span, as compared to performance marketing. You're calculating the returns on a very small time span. For example, let's take an e-commerce brand. uh, there's a concept or a term that is coming up more and more, is branding via performance marketing. Is branding is just like one kind of, you're building a reputation, you're building a recall, brand recall, by the same color, same font, same kind of messaging, and the values that the brand stands for. uh, if you and you're amplifying it over a lot of duration of time, you can do that faster via performance marketing. At the same time, it's very crucial to have that foundation set before you are starting something, so that it can be interconnected in the whole, all kinds of platforms, all kinds of messaging the brand is using. So, very crucial. It is not like one works, one doesn't work. It's just like how you calculate. It's like a smaller time duration for performance and a longer for branding.
As a business, what are the things I need to look before jumping to ads?
As a business, I would look again, going to the concept of see what is working already. Because as soon as, like, I've seen a lot of businesses, founders, as soon as they go into performance marketing, they're spending money out of their wallet. Everyone is looking for a return. And once, maybe for example, you have a budget of 500 pounds that you are wanting to spend. Once you have spent that 500 pound, you look at what did I get from it. So if you already know that, okay, this particular service or this particular thing, people are already asking me for, I would suggest prioritize that, and then amplify that particular thing to get results and data from it. So, and the best thing is you can spend even $10, £10, £15. It's not, you have to spend the whole 500 or 1,000 directly. So it's just seeing data. What a lot of people do is they don't look at the data, like not just overall how many purchases or how many leads did you get, is like the smaller data of clicks, CTR, how many added to cart. And it's just understanding where did they fall off, where did the messaging go wrong, or where did they stop engaging with the website or the landing page.
If you could tell us three to four resources that are useful when you do performance marketing.
What has helped for me particularly is just like, if I'm doing ads on a particular platform, just understanding that platform really well, because things are changing on a regular basis. There might be a new trend, there might be something that has come out, like a video format. And one of my hacks is there's always like a video format or a static image format which comes out. And it's not actually a format, like something a lot of people have started using it organically. What I try to do is just translate that into paid. So people think that it's an organic ad, but it's an ad. So basically, making ads which don't feel like ads is the biggest hack. In terms of resources, I would say just seeing what other players are doing. Facebook Ads Library, Google Transparency Center is the latest data on what brands are actually doing at this current moment or last month, what they did. So that's the most updated data that I look at. And apart from that, Twitter is a good place to follow fellow marketers, what they're doing, what they're experimenting, and what the results.
So, Kiran, I want to ask about keywords because I think it's a very kind of a broad topic, but also is mainstream. So everyone's talking about keywords. Everyone have a keywords in the dictionary, and from a ads perspective or performance marketing perspective, can you just give me more? So how can I look for keywords, or how can I explore keywords to use?
Keywords for performance marketing are very crucial. Is what I like to do is look at data, like what people are searching, and the main concept of giving people what they are already looking for is easier as compared to just trying to sell them something that they do not want. And a very good case study for that is I was working on account like a travel company, uh, which does travel related things for multiple destinations. And I wanted to understand, rather than just looking at different destinations by just guessing it, what are actually people looking for. So I was advertising on Meta, but took data from the keyword planner on Google Trends data, and keyword planner search volume data to understand which destinations people are searching for. Taking the top ones and then match that with the flight prices for those particular destinations and advertised on Meta. And we got a really good performance. Like we crossed like our benchmarks for performance because of that insight that was taken from Google, because people are already searching for that and then applying that to Meta. So again, keywords are that just what people are searching for, what is already in demand. So keyword planner is a very good tool. Google Trends is a really good tool. There's something called Glimpse. It's like a layer on top of Google Trends, which gives you a lot of good data, good insights on not only just for YouTube or Google. It gives you data on keywords which are being searched on TikTok as well. TikTok, YouTube Shorts, YouTube. Another way, like a sneaky way to find keywords is TikTok search. Is a hack that I would use is, for example, I'm searching something related marketing. I would search marketing, hashtag marketing, or marketing related keywords. Filter all the TikTok videos by views, from highest views to the lowest views. Then I would go into each of those videos and see what the headline is, what the hook is. And that is something that people, if it has gotten like millions and millions of views, that is a topic that people would be interested on. And that is one of my messaging that I can amplify on all my platforms. And TikTok is a really gold mine for these kind of insights. It's just you have to look and just filter it properly and use that.
So we are coming towards the end of the episode. Thank you, Kiran, for joining our episode again. And I'm going to put the Advest website in the description box below and Kiran's LinkedIn profile. So go ahead and check the website out, check the LinkedIn profile out, and be a fellow marketer. So yes, thank you, Kiran.
Thank you, guys.
Hi, it's me, Prachi. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to check Kiran's LinkedIn profile in the description. Also, make sure to subscribe or follow us wherever you are watching or listening to this. And please share this episode and leave a comment. See you again in 2 weeks. Bye.